Good morning, children. Welcome to a new session of biology class. So today let us start with our very important topic, that is organization in living things. You generally know living things are nothing but what? How can you identify a living thing with a non-living thing? Living things, who are called as living things? Human beings. We consider as living beings, isn't it? This table, benches, and all considered as a non-living things. How can we differentiate? See, from the living things to non-living things, we respire, we talk with each other, we respond to the stimuli. That means if you pinch, but if you feel some pain in your body and you respond. Okay? When you pinch the bench, it will respond. No. With this, you can easily identify the difference between a living thing to a non-living thing. Generally, so many living beings are surrounding us. See your dog, cat, and many living things are there. Okay? But living things, living organisms, they have their own specificity. Now we human beings are categorized into two different, male gender and a female gender. Okay, or we belong to same species, but we have two different genders. Okay. Now under this organization in living things, normally if you see, there are three important levels of organization. In that, the first one is cellular level of organization. Cellular level of organization. Then, lower level of organization or cellular level of organization. Here it is also called as lower level of organization. And the second one is organism level of organization. Okay, and higher level of organization. Higher level of organization. Okay, three different levels of organization have been developed and have been designated in organization in living things. Then the first one is lower level of organization, organism level of organization, and higher level of organization. Now let us see detailing how lower level of organization and how organism level and higher level of organization are designed. Okay, let us see first lower level of organization. You have to understand what is the lower level of organization. Now, under this, first we have to talk about cellular level of organization. First, under this cellular level of organization. Okay, what do you mean by cellular level of organization? You have to understand. It's simple. If an organism consists of only one cell, such type of organization is known as cellular level of organization. Their body completely designed with only one cell. That's why such type of organization is known as cellular level of organization. Good example, amoeba. A single cell organism, amoeba, paramecia. These two mainly comes under cellular level of organization. It has only one cell, that only one cell performs all the activities in the body. Okay? Now, coming to tissue. Tissue level of organization. Okay? Now, what do you mean by tissue level of organization? You see. Okay? Here, all the cells grouped together to form a tissue. You know that, isn't it? For example, you consider a liver. Liver is an organ. How it is formed? Because of the group of tissues. Which tissues? Liver functioning containing tissues. Okay? How tissues are formed? All the cells of a similar function grouped together to form a tissue. What they do, liver? It helps in digestion process, no? That group of cells with similar function grouped together to form tissue. Tissue level of organization. Tissue level of organization in the sense, see epidermis on the plant. Then on the leaf, if you see it, the uppermost layer of the leaf is covered by the epidermis. Epidermis is a tissue actually. Now that epidermis is formed by a group of cells. What is the main role of epidermis? It helps in protecting the leaf from the external environment. Okay, so epidermis example. Epidermis is an example. It forms a tissue level of organization. It helps in protecting the leaf or plant from the external environment. Okay, cellular level or tissue level. Then organ level of organization. Organ level of organization is simple. All the group of tissues with a similar function grouped together to form an organ. Okay, just want to say the example liver. Liver is an organ. Take good example. Hand is an organ. Isn't it? Lungs is an organ, internal organ. Okay, all the group of cells together to form a tissue. All the tissues of a similar function grouped together to form an organ. Kidneys you take. Kidney is an organ, isn't it? How they are formed? Because of the same cells performed. It means the activities which are performed by the same cells. Okay. What is the main function of the kidney? It helps in purifying the. It helps in filtering the blood. Okay. With a similar function grouped together to form a organ. Okay. Next, organ after organ system. Organ system level of organization. What do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? Here, all the organs grouped together to form an organ system. I'll give you a good example for this. Is digestive system in human beings. Example, you take organ system. Under organ system, you take digestive system. See, mouth, alimentary canal, stomach, esophagus, stomach. Okay, small intestine, large intestine, all these organs grouped together to form an organ system, that is digestive system. And the main role of digestive system helps in digesting the food materials, isn't it? Now, these are the different levels of organ system and different levels of organization. Cellular level of organization, under lower level of organization, cellular level of organization, tissue level of organization, organ level of organization, and organ system level of organization. Okay. Now, let us see. All the organ systems grouped together to form an organism. Next category is organism level of organization. Nothing but human beings. See, in our body we have digestive system, excretory system, respiratory system, reproductive system. All the systems grouped together to form an organism. Okay. Now, in our body we have many metabolic activities. The performance of all the metabolic activities inside the body is nothing but organism level of organization. Simple. Okay. Then coming to the third one, higher level of organization. Higher level of organization. What do you mean by this higher level of organization? Let us see. Okay. Now, all normally human beings, organisms all grouped together to form what? Population. Population. Okay. Now under this next category is population. So you take alpha school, all from 6th to 10th class people, all have grouped together, all have seated in different places, but in a same area, in the same compound. That is alpha school. That is a population. Now alpha school population. Population is nothing but same species of or same group of organisms grouped at one place. Such type of organisms, such type of phenomenon is called as population. We all belong to human beings. We are sitting in the, we are under the same umbrella, alpha school. Okay, this is population level of organization. Next, under higher level of organization, population. All this population grouped together will form a community. Next category is community. What do you mean by community? Community is nothing but here different species are also involved. See, in population, what is the main difference between population and community is, in a population, same species of organisms are placed in one place. That is called population. The human beings we are placed in one place. This is population, human population. But in community, here, another species are also involved. Another species. Like, along with us, some other species are also living, like dog, cat, some microbes, etc. etc. So this is community level of organization. Now if you see the diagram, see here, open page number 15 and see. Here, population of a deer grouped at one place. This is population level of organization. And here you see community. Here along with the zebra, some other animals are also here. Okay. Community of wild animals in the forest. In the forest, not only zebras will be there. Deers, zebras, buffaloes, wild buffaloes and all will be. That is called forest community. Okay. Then all community grouped at one ecosystem. Ecosystem, if you see, you can put the ecosystem in a pyramids. Okay. In that, producers, primary consumers, secondary consumers, and etc. Okay. Now, upon the producers, primary consumers will be feeding. Upon the primary consumers, secondary consumers will be dependent. Okay. This total is called as ecosystem. Not only with the living things, the ecosystem also interacts with the non-living things also. Along with the nature, light, temperature, sunlight, temperature, soil is all also included in ecosystem. Okay, not only living organisms, even non-living